guys, today's video is going to be a library book haul, which I know is something I haven't done on this channel before, but it's something I've been doing, well, I've been going to the library my whole life, but I have recently realized that I live like a block and a half from the local library, so I've been going a lot because I have a lot of free time and I've been really stressed, and reading is one of my ultimate de-stressors. So I have been going probably once a week since I got my library card here, and I've got a small selection of books. I've returned most of them, but I was thinking about what I would like to talk about this week on YouTube, and I don't know, I feel like the library, a lot of people just overlook. They just go on Amazon or do that whole audible.com thing, or just don't read at all. So I wanted to talk about the books that I've been reading from the library. They are the library that I live next to has a lot of really old books, but it's part of a larger system. So if you want a book from another library, all you have to do is check it, have them send it over. So I just got one from an entire county away sent here, and it's a brand new book from published a few months ago. So even though if you go to the library and see a lot of old books, doesn't mean you have to check out those ones. You can go into their catalog and etc, etc. You probably know how the library works. I'm just rambling on. But I wanted to share with you the books that I've been reading this month. Like I said, I've already returned a lot of them, but I still have 9 books checked out, and then I bought 4 books from Barnes & Noble that I also wanted to just quickly mention. So just so this movie? God, why can't I talk? Just so this video isn't super long, I'm just going to start now. So the first book I have is David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. If you've never read a Malcolm Gladwell book and you like critical thinking books, this is a fantastic author. I have read almost all of his books. I've read Blink, The Tipping Point, David and Goliath, and there's one more that I know that I've read. Does he have a list of his books? No. Yes. Outliers. I have also read Outliers. I haven't read What the Dog Saw. So I love this book. It's about underdogs, misfits, and the art of battling giants. It's about, I don't want to say defeating the odds, but sometimes when you have bad things happen or you're in a strange circumstance, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. You might actually benefit from it. So I really enjoyed this book. I read it in 2 days. I'm a really fast reader because I read a lot. I usually read somewhere between 2 and 5 books a month, most months for my entire life. So then I have The Food Mood Solution by Jack Chaliam, in case you want to look at the author name. And I have only started to read this one, but basically it's about how different food can influence your mood because of the nutrients in them, or the way that your body reacts to the nutrients in them. So I'm really interested in reading this because it says all natural ways to banish anxiety, depression, anger, stress, overeating, and alcohol and drug problems and feel good again. And then what's interesting about this book is that it's an actual book, but then it also has tons of different recipes throughout. So it's kind of almost like a recipe book. So I'm looking forward to finishing that one. Then this one is by Jeffrey C. May. It's called My House is Killing Me. He is some sort of an inspector, like an allergist house inspector, and he'll go around and inspect people's houses and see where their allergens are living. So he has sections on all sorts of different places that you might not think of to clean or to look for your allergies if you have allergies. And like you guys know, I have tons of allergies. You can check out my full list at 67allergiesandcounting.com. But it talks about where you could find them. It talks about how to get rid of the allergens. It's really kind of gross, to be honest, because he has lots of microscopic images in here where you're oh my god, that's really disgusting and living in my house. Dust mites, mold. Ugh. So it's been a really interesting read. Like I said, a little on the gross side, but it's really helpful to know looking under your carpet. Obviously I rent and we have hardwood floors, thank God, but once I buy my house, it's going to be really helpful, having read this, to know what I should immediately clean when I get in there because I have such bad allergies. Definitely need to clean my air conditioning, all of the air conditioners in the house, basically before we move in, because a lot of times mold will grow on the inside of your air conditioner, and I'm really allergic to mold, so you gotta take care of that. And then this one is called the Allergies SelfHelp book, and I think this was written in like the 1960s, if I remember right. No, 1983. So it's not that old, and it is by Sharon Failton and the editors of Prevention Magazine. So it's been interesting. It's old, it's a little outdated, it definitely smells moldy, so I'm having a hard time reading it, to be honest, but it covers all sorts of different allergies. It covers food allergies, it covers pollens, molds, drugs, insects, skin allergies. It also has a section on like what type of allergy testing you can take at the doctor's office, like what types of allergy tests are out there for you to request. So that one has been interesting. I haven't read that one completely. And then because I've been thinking maybe it's a hormone disruption, I've been looking into like thyroid problems and other type of endocrine systems. So I only found 2 books at this specific library branch that had anything to do with any sort of endocrine system, which is thyroids are part of that system. So I got the Thyroid Sourcebook. The Thyroid Sourcebook for women, which I'm only 20 pages in, so I can't really give it a review, but it's by M. Sarah Rosenthal, and I've been enjoying it. I've just kind of paged through it a few times. Hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism, hyper and hypothyroidism, and a few other things, and you know, she's got like little quizzes in here to like self-determine whether or not you should go and ask a doctor about this, and it talks about what tests you can take at your doctor's office and things like that, and what type of natural remedies you could do and what kind of medication you can do. It's a few years old, but like I said, it's still good advice. At least it gives me some groundwork so I can talk to my doctors intelligently. And this is the Thyroid Sourcebook instead of For Women, just the Sourcebook, and it's by the same author. So it's very similar, but it's actually a newer edition. So basically the same book, a little bit different information. Thought I'd page through it and read it. Then I have Casey Ho of Blogilates, Hot Body Year Round. I looked through this, just been looking at some of her different exercises and things, and trying to put them in use. I watch her videos, so I just wanted to look through her book and see what was different. So, and then I also have First Home with Style by Better Homes and Gardens. And I am absolutely in love with this book. I have renewed it like 4 times already because it like goes through like how to plan out the decor of your first home and like common like living room arrangements and things like that for the different like style of room you're going for, or the different like layouts of your rooms, and it gives you ideas of like where to put your furniture and how to plan your space and what type of paint you should choose for the inside of your house, and what colors like bring peace and what colors are like energetic. I don't know, I've been really enjoying this one. And then the last one from the library is Jonathan Adler's My Prescription for Antidepressive Living, and it is a home decor book that is just so much fun. He has such an eclectic style. He's a house decorator. He also has done lots of design collaborations with different brands, so you might recognize his name from the stroller baby company that did a partnership with him. But it just has tons and tons of really fun spreads and inspiration, and you know, like if you like really, you know, he has like a lot of strange decorating style, and that's kind of what I like. My boyfriend is definitely all about like minimalism and like low furniture, white and black, super like easy on the eyes, neutral. So I think that's what we're going to do our bedroom. But as far as our living room and our kitchen, they're going to be more of my style, which is kind of eclectic decor with some vintage aspects and some bright colors. I want to do a really big graphic print that says hello on the wall. As soon as you open the door, on the wall that's straight ahead of you, I want to do a big hello. And he thinks that that is the most obnoxious thing ever because I want it to be bright yellow. And he's like, oh, no, you can't do that. I'm like, you'll see it. You'll agree with me. It's going to look great. I know it's not your style, but it'll really like brighten up and like cheer you up when you get home. And so he's been a sport about all of my decorating ideas for the new house. I have like 7 or 8 Pinterest boards on like different styles that I want to do and different things I want to do. So, but I made him look through this with me and he was like, oh honey, I don't know if I can do this. But like I said, we're going to keep the bedroom neutral, and then the other spaces in the house that I have a little bit more control of, we're going to be doing more fun things. So we're going to be starting a blog as well as soon as we get the house, so that we can name the blog appropriately. But we're really excited to, you know, start decorating and move in. And then the 4 books that I wanted to show you that I bought from Barnes & Noble, they have clearance sales a lot. So if you go and look through their clearance bins, they had a 75% off bin, anything that had a red dot. I've peeled all the red dots off because I hate them, but I got all of these books for $10. So the first one was The Art of Uncertainty, How to Live in the Mystery of Life and Love It. It's kind of like an inspirational type of a book with like, you're supposed to read like a chapter a day, and then there's like positive thoughts and things that you can like think about throughout the next day at the end of each chapter. Then I got a vegetarian cookbook, which is kind of a new thing for me, but I've been trying to eat less meat and a lot more vegetables. My tastes have changed recently and I'm suddenly craving a lot of vegetables. I have no idea why, but it's my thing. Mushrooms, I've never eaten mushrooms in my whole life, and I've probably bought like 15 packs of mushrooms in the last like 6 weeks. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've just been like on a mushroom rampage. So this one is actually put out by Barnes & Noble, and I love it. The first like third of the book is all about like how to pick out vegetables, what vegetables are. Like they got pictures with like, you know, the description of them. So if you've never seen like fennel seed before, a fennel plant before, you can look it up and see what it is. And then it's got a whole crap ton of recipes that they all have pictures, and they even have like preparation pictures, which is like one of my favorite. It's almost necessary for me to, in order to buy a cookbook, for that to be in there. And then I got the Reader's Digest, the vegetarian cookbook. These were each like $2, I think, $2.50. And I just really liked this one. It also has pictures and a lot of really interesting recipes that I haven't really seen anywhere else, even like on Pinterest. So, and then the last book is by Jessica Alba. It's The Honest Life. It's a book that she wrote about her struggle with allergies and why she started the Honest Company, and some of her, I don't know, tips and tricks for life, basically. It has a whole bunch of different sections, and it has honest food, honest clean, honest beauty, honest style, honest home, honest baby, and honest inspiration. And I've just been reading this. She is kind of an inspiration because she's had allergies and still has such a successful career. I have been enjoying reading this, and I haven't ordered any of her products yet because I've been waiting. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, she launched a feminine care line, so organic, natural cotton pads and tampons, which is kind of a huge deal because I'm allergic to all the adhesives and plastics that go into those types of things. So having an alternative is going to be really great. She says that they are available at Target, online, and will be in Costco's. And then the other exciting thing that she announced this month is that she's going to be doing an entire beauty line, lipstick, foundation, etc. It should be launching fall 2015, so any day now. I don't know when she's going to actually launch it. She hasn't given an actual date, but I'm really excited. And yeah, so that was my book haul, what I've been reading. If you have any recommendations for books that you think I should read, anything. I read fiction, I read nonfiction, I read lots of stuff. Go ahead and leave me a comment below. Yeah, that's it. So I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later.